The plane jolted hard, rattling like a soda can in a storm. A stewardess fell against the aisle wall, screams erupting as oxygen masks dropped. Through the cabin window, snow-covered mountains surged closer. Nathan Cole gripped his seat, knuckles white. His eyes locked on the jagged peaks outside, so close he could count the trees. I had 10 seconds to understand I was going to die, and no seconds to stop it. The impact was a blur of sound and violence, metal screeching, wings tearing off, glass shattering. Nathan's head slammed against the window, darkness swallowing everything. He woke upside down, blood dripping into his eye, seatbelt digging into his ribs. The plane's body lay torn open across a snowy slope, smoke coiled upward into a gray sky. He unbuckled, crashing into the snow. Around him, silence, then coughing. A woman moaned. Somewhere in the distance, fire crackled. Nathan stumbled through the twisted remains, limping, numb fingers dragging over sharp metal. A teenage girl sobbed near a broken seat, her leg twisted unnaturally. Near the cockpit, the co-pilot lay barely breathing, his voice a whisper. "We're off-grid. No radio." Nathan's breath steamed in the freezing air. His phone showed no service. They were on their own. The sun dropped fast behind the Rockies. The cold became unbearable, like needles stabbing through skin. Nathan scavenged what he could: seat cushions, meal trays, anything flammable. He built a fire inside the torn fuselage, wrapping the girl in a silver emergency blanket. "Keep your eyes open," he told her as frost crawled across the windows. The co-pilot slipped in and out of consciousness. "This area, search planes don't fly over. Might be days." Nathan climbed a snowy ridge nearby, hoping for a signal. His boots sank deep. Wind screamed in his ears. He raised his phone, hand shaking. Still nothing. Then a long, low howl echoed from the trees. Wolves. He turned quickly, slipping in the snow. The wind carried another howl, this time closer. That night, huddled near the fire, Nathan pulled out a damp photo from his wallet. His daughter, Emily, 8 years old, blonde hair, big smile. "I promised you I'd be back," he whispered to the fire. "So I will." Behind him, the girl stirred. Nathan stood, feeding more debris into the fire. There was no time for fear, only action. At dawn, the co-pilot was still. Nathan pressed his fingers to the man's neck. No pulse. He looked at the girl, who stared silently. "He saved us," Nathan said, though he wasn't sure if it was true. He covered the man's body with a sheet of seat fabric and turned back to the map in his lap. The trail map showed a ranger station roughly 15 miles southwest. Nathan packed a small kit: water bottles, snack bars, flare gun, and a scarf from a passenger's bag. He told the girl, "I'll go. If I'm not back in 2 days, take the flare and head east." She clung to his sleeve. "You'll come back, right?" He didn't answer. He stepped into knee-deep snow, each step draining his strength. The mountains stood like stone giants around him. He could hear only his breath, crunching snow, and the occasional crack of trees in the wind. His lips split. His fingertips went numb. But he kept walking. A misstep. He plunged into a hidden stream under thin ice. Shock screamed through his body as water soaked his clothes. He scrambled out, shivering violently, hands red and shaking. He dropped to his knees, screaming to the empty forest. "Somebody, help!" Only wind replied. Then, in his mind, Emily's voice. "Come home, Daddy. Smoke." In the distance, a thin column drifting above the trees. He pushed forward, crawling at times until he saw it. An old wooden cabin, windows iced over. Inside, firewood, an old stove, dusty blankets. He lit a fire and collapsed beside it. His whole body trembled as steam rose from his wet clothes. On the wall, a faded hiking map. A red marker circled Forest Ranger Outpost, 7 miles west. Nathan leaned in. That was it. his way out. He circled the outpost again with a pencil he found in a drawer like it was a promise. The next morning, skies turned gray. Snow fell heavier. Halfway through the valley, the ground shuddered, followed by a roar. Avalanche. Nathan sprinted, then slipped. Snow exploded around him like ocean waves. A tree slammed into his side, and everything went black. He woke to darkness. He couldn't move. Snow packed above him. Air was thin. Panic rushed in. He clawed upward, desperate. His fingers hit light, then a hand grabbed his wrist. A ranger. The ranger hauled him out and dragged him to a snowmobile. Nathan, barely conscious, whispered, "Plane crash. Survivors. 6 miles back." The ranger's eyes sharpened. "We'll get them." He radioed HQ. The signal went out. 2 days later, hospital lights blinked overhead as Nathan opened his eyes. "Did they find her?" he asked. The nurse smiled. "Yes, the girl's safe, thanks to you." On a nearby TV, crash survivor leads rescue in Colorado wilderness. Denver Airport. Nathan limped through the terminal, scars still fresh, his breath uneven. He saw her, Emily. She dropped her backpack and ran, wrapping her arms around him. "I knew you'd come back," she whispered. That evening, Nathan stood outside the hospital. The Rockies stretched into the fading sky, snow glittering in the dusk. "Sometimes," he said softly, "you don't survive for yourself. You survive for the people who are still